Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Today I want to talk about Star Citizen's updated roadmap for 2.6, the schedule report, and CIG's promise to update us more going forward. As a quick, too long, didn't watch, and I'm going to be doing this for a lot of my videos now, 2.6 should be going out to the wider PTU as early as the 28th of November, with the Evocati build coming any second, possibly now, and a live build by the 8th of December for everyone. That is the current target anyway. It comes with a whole host of new features we didn't previously know, and CIG are sharing their internal target release dates, breakdowns of what they're working on, blockers, and a huge list of other previously secretive information that will be updated weekly. And it's all available at robertspaceindustriescom/schedule-report. CIG and Star Citizen has been criticised for various delays throughout its development to date, and in many cases rightly so. Backers are allowed to be annoyed or be disappointed by these delays and voice them too. One of the major issues, though, was that patches would be described as coming soon, but we didn't know when. That could be a day, that could be a month. We were told blockers, nothing really about them, nothing about issues, nothing about progress and target dates that they had made. This has now changed, however. In a letter from the chairman, from Chris Roberts, straight after the anniversary live stream, he talks about some things and their changes in the open development process. Open development does have its drawbacks. Not everyone understands the process or how difficult it can be. We've always tried to be open and share our progress. We refactored around the verse to focus on developers showing and talking about their work to help give it insight into the process. Our monthly reports have more information than any monthly report I've had to do for Electronic Arts or Microsoft when at Origin or Digital Anvil. The only thing that we don't share is internal estimates on completion and dates. As well, as you know, we've not been keen to give hard dates on the project after the initial set of dates, which we had estimated when the project was a lot smaller in scope. When I've talked about releases, I've always qualified any discussion of the timing with we're hoping to, or the goal is, to give a rough timeline for people. But, unfortunately, some people often tend to forget the qualifiers and treated my comments nonetheless as a promise. Because of this, we've been reticent. I can't say this word. Reticent. That's the word. Reticent to share our internal timelines, even with caveats, as it always seems to cause trouble. One section of the community gets annoyed because things are perceived as late, while another gets annoyed wondering why we share dates at all if they aren't solid. Of course, when we don't give dates, we have yet another part of the community getting annoyed because they feel they're left in the dark and have no idea when the next build will drop. I've reflected long and hard on this dilemma and have concluded, to quote an 80s film, the only winning move is not to play. What if we didn't give you just an estimated date, but instead shared our internal schedule? No filter, no hedging, you see what we see. Whether or not to share this kind of information has been a long-running debate among the team here at Cloud Imperium Games. Target dates are not released dates. And everything you see will shift at some point, sometimes slightly and sometimes wildly. The danger in doing this has always been that casual observers will not understand that there'll be an outcry about delays every time we update the page. We've taken stock, thought through everything, and decided that while it's a risk, above all we trust the community that has given us so much support. The community has let us focus on our passions on this incredible project. You will have allowed us to take this journey, and you have tracked and followed so much of the game development and how it works, and now we think it is the right to further part the curtain and share with you our production process. So, for Star Citizen Alpha 2.6, we're going to share our internal schedule and its breakouts on a weekly basis. These are the very same schedules we update daily and circulated internally on our intra-studio hands-off, with a few exceptions. The individual developer names and assigned tasks will be omitted, we'll remove the JIRA details, and we'll modify the technical wording to make it more readable for a wider audience. But otherwise, when something changes or is complete or slips, you'll know. This schedule will always be available on the RSI website, as I said earlier, and we will be updating this page weekly with a snapshot of our internal schedule. So, This is the most important part of the open development process to date, in my humble BoredGamer opinion. CIG are now showing their internal release dates and schedule. This does not mean that they will be released when they estimate necessarily, but this will be updated weekly to show where they are, the progress, the blockers, and other information, what they've been working on, what they've completed, what they're trying to complete on individual sections and projects. It's a good indication of what's happening and when stuff will drop, and we will know what is blocking something when it doesn't. This will contain very detailed information about upcoming patches and the breakdown of work on it. Features, tech, gameplay, everything. But also plans for other future patches too. This will be a page where all of that lives on, so we can see what's happening with 3.0 all the way up to 4.0 at the moment. And that will be updated as they have more plans. What features, what ships, all of that, what's coming soon with their releases. For 2.6, there is a lot of information. The Evocati are planning to have a build at time of recording any minute now. That's the plan. That's going on to the wider PTU build next week, and a live build by the 8th of December. So, there is features of 2.6 that we've talked about a few times. It's a Star Marine, that's the first-person shooter module, but also a quality of life update for Arena Commander for the most part. And if you don't know that, please check out the link in the description with more details on 2.6. We saw some gameplay recently, and I've written about all the features of 2.6 before, but we'll analyse the Star Marine stuff in detail later. There were also a few other revelations from the schedule report, though, that are coming with 2.6. So we'll talk about them, and a little tiny bit from what Twerk17 talked about with me when he got back from playing at the studio. So, Star Marine, they're working on network synchronization, cover, jumping, grenades, some game balance rules stuff, vaulting, mantling, walking, running, animations, all that sort of jazz, and new weaponry. Loads of updates to props and animations too, as well as destructible items and glass, as we've seen, and lots of improvements to those animations as well. Loadout-wise, and this is all coming for 2.6, at least that's the plan. Loadout customization for Star Marines and the Arena Commander game mode, so you'll be able to change your customization loadout, change your loadouts really easily between games, at the start of games, that sort of stuff, so you don't have to load into your hangar anymore. Content, so we're getting the Vanguard Hoplite, the Herald, but also the 85X and Caterpillar, which is great. Awesome, I didn't realise those ships were going to be coming out, as well as the Grimhex Bar is planned to be dropped into the Persistent Universe. Arena Commander's getting the Pirate Swarm game mode as well. They've got new ICC missions for the PU, an EVA combat area, an Easter egg mission, which they haven't given us too much detail on. There's going to be a ship, weapon, missile, and score rebalancing in general. Obviously, the new flight mechanics are in, and we'll talk about that in a second. New camera controls as well, so this is going to be great for content creators, but also just for viewing your ship in third person, viewing your model in third person to get some cool screenshots or whatever. Twerk did talk about the Afterburner and Cruise being merged together in the build that he played, and that's usable in the standard SCM flight mode. So that will mean that you will have to manage your boost fuel effectively to go into your cruise speed, but there won't be a cruise flight mode anymore, if you see what I mean. It's just you're using your boost. So they've kind of merged together rather than been removed or anything. We'll have to see how this plays out. We'll have to see it literally in our hands before we give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and that's part of that development. The mega map as well. So the mega map's planned to be in for 2.6. This will allow for Arena Commander and the PU and other instances of the game to exist in a single game session, as I understand it. So basically, you won't have to leave your session from the Persistent Universe to jump into Arena Commander Racing or to Arena Commander Vandal Swarm. I say don't have to leave, you won't have to reload in, as it were, so you won't have to go, oh no, I've got to go back to the hangar and the menu and this. You should be able to just hop around really quick and easily. That schedule report will be updated weekly. I'll be adding a quick update to the start of my weekly news about a quick state of the next patch coming out, and we'll take a closer, more detailed look in the style of the monthly report at the schedule report every month as well. So we'll go like, what is updated, what have they made movement on since last month, and how do we feel about it? Having CIG listen to the community and release this info, in my opinion, is one of the best things to happen for Star Citizen's development and for open development in general. But tell me, what do you think? Do you think sharing this information about the internal target dates and breakdown of what they're working on is a good thing, or does it cause more problems? Don't you care? Tell me. Please remember that commenting on any of my Star Citizen content each month gives you a chance to win a ship. For November, that's an Avenger Titan. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Remember that also GameWisp and Patreon supporters do get their own special giveaways as well. We recently gave away a Banu Merchantman just because we love you guys. Anyway, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the verse.